Chapter 1. The Ride. Judd felt a tingle down his spine as he and Vicki got in the car. He'd had enough excitement for a lifetime the last couple of weeks, but he had never been involved in anything like this. He had been a rebel, a difficult, stubborn, self-centered teen. Lying to his parents and running with the wrong crowd had been the extent of his adventure, at least until the Rapture. His world had been turned upside down. Meeting 3 other instant orphans, having them move in, and all 4 of them coming to Christ within a few days made his previous life seem eons ago. Was it possible that just a few weeks ago he thought he knew everything there was to know about just about everything? Now, strange as it seemed, he knew he was more mature and grown up than ever, mostly because he realized how little he knew about anything. Everything important to him before now seemed childish and stupid. What he cared about now was God, people, truth, justice, survival. In a way, he missed the carefree youth he had been squandering by playing the tough guy. Rascal though he was, his parents were always there to bail him out. And while they may have wondered what would ever become of him, he knew down deep they would have even forgiven him for stealing his dad's credit card and running away to Europe. Always there had been that escape hatch. They loved him, wanted the best for him, and would eventually forgive him and welcome him back. They had modeled God to him, but he had been too self-centered to realize it. Here he was, on his own now, wondering when or if school would ever start up again. How would they notify the kids when it was time to come back? How many had disappeared? How many teachers? Would school ever seem normal again? And should he go to school? If Bruce was right, and Nikolai Carpathia, who had just become the new Secretary General of the United Nations, could be the Antichrist, how long would it be before he signed some sort of an agreement with Israel? If that came soon, there would be only 7 more years of life on Earth as they knew it. Did Judd need an education, or would he be wasting time in class while the world hurtled out of control? These were things he and the others were going to have to discuss with Bruce. But that would be later. Now, it was time to get to Chicago and to watch the police sting Leroy Banks and Cornelius Gray. It was a trap he had devised, which had impressed Sergeant Tom Fogarty. Vicki had done a great job on the phone, pretending to be Maria Diablo, secretary to Tom Fogarty, the attorney. Judd had thought of the fake name for her. "Where did you come up with that name, anyway?" she said. "Diablo means devil in Spanish." Vicki shot him a double take. "You think I'm a devil?" "Hardly," Judd said, carefully picking his way through traffic. He wanted to look at Vicki, but there was still enough rubble and construction going on that he didn't dare take his eyes from the road. Judd's grades had tumbled during the last year, but he had always been a good memorizer, probably from all the years he had spent in Bible memory clubs as a kid. That memory told him Diablo was from the word diabolical, which meant tricky or devious. That was what his plan was. How many times had Judd's mother complained? "But you've got a good brain." She used to say, "Use it like you used to and your grades will shoot up." He knew she was right, but because he had not been controlled by God back then, he had used the gift God had given him, that sharp mind, for his own purposes. He had devised a runaway plan, saved cash he got from the stolen credit card, and made his own plane reservations. Fittingly, God chose the middle of